What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming on to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. As you see there by the ticker right there, the Knicks pulled off a very sloppy victory tonight. That's what I'll call it, sloppy. By beating the Memphis Grizzlies 106-94. I mean, this had to be, honestly, I want to say, like, this is probably one of the sloppiest wins that I've seen the Knicks have in a very long time, right? Just how they were playing, just playing down. I mean, Memphis was down 8 players, man. Their whole starting five was out. Everyone wasn't even there. Like, it just it was like their whole G League team was there, their bench players. It was just a whole bunch of nonsense, meaning that even I could have been out there playing for Memphis, right? That's how bad their lineup was. And the Knicks made them look like they were somewhat decent. And that's the issue I have with tonight's win. I'm not even really too happy about it. Of course, a win's a win in this league. We understand that. But man, listen, man, this was not good at all. At all. And we have to be honest we have to be honest with ourselves about how different this team looks when Brunson's not there. Hit him up. What's going on, man? Hope all is well. He said trade Grimes ASAP. It's a big difference. When Brunson's not there, I mean, you see a total difference in this team. You do. It's like night and day, man. Night and day. And I don't know, as much as we want to try to force the thing with Deuce, it's very evident we need a backup playmaker. We do. Deuce does not know how to run the offense. You could see how unsure he was. He doesn't even run the plays. Like, everything's he's just out there just running and gunning. We need a playmaker. And I mean, I'm not talking about we need a playmaker today. We need a playmaker as of like 2 days ago. Like, we need one ASAP. I understand he's trying to give Deuce his shot. Deuce ain't it, man. He's not. Good player. Not knocking the guy. Of course, he's in the league, so obviously he is a good player. So you don't want to diminish him and try to make it seem like he's a bum, because I don't think that's not the case. He's a really good player in this league. Solid. I don't want to say really, so let me go back. He's a solid player coming off the bench, energy guy, right? But he's not IQ. He's not. And I think that we have to really have to be honest with ourselves in regards to, just what those things look like, man. You know what I mean? Like, losing IQ meant a lot. It was big, man. It was big for this team. It really, truly was. And as I sit there and as I'm watching the game and I'm saying to myself, I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on tonight, man? Guys are sleepwalking and making bad passes. They're making cross-court passes. They're just doing a whole bunch of craziness, man. This does not look like the same team we saw a couple of days ago. It just doesn't. They came out on this short little road trip. And even last night at Dallas, they came out sleepwalking. Excuse me, not last night, the day before. And even in that team, of course, Kyrie's, he's on a different level. We have to be honest about that. Kyrie is Kyrie. But the reality of the situation is that we need a playmaker. We do. We need someone to back up Brunson, because as you see, when Brunson goes down, that's it. And like I said to you guys before, and I'm going to say it to you again, when Brunson goes down, you see a different Randall. You do. And like, I don't want to destroy the guy. He's been playing really, really good this year. He has. And I'm trying to choose my words wisely here, people. Understand this. LV Live's trying to be good here. But you have to be honest, man. Like it's like when Brunson first came here, right? When he first came here, adjust the camera a bit here. When Brunson first came here, remember this was right on the tail end of the whole thumbs down thing with Randall, right? This was right after that. So we didn't know what type of Randall we were going to get. We just didn't. So when Brunson came, a lot of attention came off of Randall. It came on to Brunson because of his production. So then it opened up the court more for Randall. It made things a lot more easier for him. And then you saw the reemergence of Julius, right? You saw that. But then there were patches in the season last year where Brunson was out and it was just Randall, where he started to go back into old Randall. He did. And I came out and I did a video on it last year. If you guys go check it out. I'm trying to remember what video it was. But I talked about how Randall is. And this might have been right after the IQ situation when he was screaming at IQ on the court. I think that's when they played the Heat or Orlando, I believe. They were playing one of the Florida teams. I do know that. And him and IQ got into it. And I talked about Randall and how when Brunson is there, he kind of settles things. Like Randall doesn't have to feel like he has to do it all. And he plays better because the attention's taken off of him, even when RJ was here also. But once you see it's just Randall, you see a different player. And he starts to revert back to old Randall. You see the turnovers, right? He had 4 turnovers in the first half, man. 4 of them. The team had 14. He had 4 of them. Now, out of everybody out there on that court, he's the only all-star. So you say to yourself, yo, man, you should be dominating out here. Like, what are you doing? Like, the choices that you're making, it's not all-star-ish, right? We'll say. But you see that, and I saw glimpses of it last year. It's kind of like, it's weird. It's like smoke and mirrors, man, because you see Randall and how he plays, and he plays well when Brunson is there. You see it. You see a different guy. When you remove Brunson, it's like Randall reverts right back to what he was before Brunson was here in that thumbs down season 2 years ago. Like, you see it. And tonight you saw a guy that just seemed like he was going through the motions at times during the game, man. He just wasn't making an effort. I saw at times he was walking up the court. He just did not seem locked in. Maybe he's looking forward to coming back home. Maybe, I don't know. But he just didn't look. He looked like old Randall. How about that? He looked like 2022, 23 season Randall. No, 2021, 2022 Randall. That's what he looked like. Tonight. In spots, right? He looked like that. And it was extremely frustrating to watch, man. It really, really was. And I said, nah, Randall, come on, man. You got to play better than this. I thought we fixed all that. We didn't fix all of it. We didn't. He's still there. That guy's still there. From 2021, 2022, he's still there. And you see it. Soon as they take Brunson out, Randall reverts right back. Gravity, what's going on, man? Namrit, what's going on, man? Hope all you guys are doing good, man. I couldn't do a lot the other night, man. It was too late. I was tired. Too late. These late games are killing me. But this one got out a little early, so I was able to come rock with you guys. But you see the difference. You see the difference when Brunson isn't there. And his team looks a lot different, doesn't it? Doesn't his team look, a lot different? That's when you remove a playmaker from there. What happens? Even when IQ was there, right? IQ was able to stop the bleeding, man. You were able to see that. So it didn't really impact us as much because IQ's a playmaker and he's a scorer. He knows how to, you know what I mean? He's basically a starter out there. So he knows Deuce. I love Deuce. Deuce is not it, man. He's not. He's an energy guy to come off the bench, and that's it. But he doesn't run the offense. He doesn't. They try to run pick and roll. He's running into DiVincenzo. I'm like, dude, like, come on, man. Slow the pace down. We're up by 10. It's a minute left. Why are you chucking threes? What are you doing, man? Settle the team down. Settle the team down. You got to do that when you're playing. When you're playing the point. When you're running the show, you got to settle the team down and run the offense. It seems like he can't do that. I just don't know. I just don't know if he has that skill set. I just don't know. From what I saw tonight without Brunson, this is his opportunity now. They give it. Tibbs loves the guy, obviously. He's trying to give him a lot of opportunities to really showcase his skill set. But you see exactly what he is, right? You see. So that's why we need, believe it or not, a Brogdon or a Tyus Jones, somebody like that to come over. I don't think the Knicks are making a big trade for anybody huge. I think they're going to get somebody to steady that ship on that second unit. Because it's like they're running around, man. They're just chucking up shots. No one is settling down the team and running the offense. It's like night and day when Brunson's not there, man. Night and day, and that's kind of scary. It's really scary because if he goes down, oh man, like we can't have that happen because we have nobody to steady the ship. We just don't, and that was a big deal. Why a lot of people were upset that we lost IQ, and people were hoping that we would re-sign him. But IQ does not want to come off the bench. People, he wants to start. He wants to do exactly what he's doing in Toronto. So it was a luxury having him come off the bench for us. It really, truly was. So we got to kind of find or try to look for somebody that's not exactly like IQ, but somewhat maybe similar. And that guy is out there sitting on the bench in Portland just rotting away with that team. And that's Matthew, that's Brogdon, who won Sixth Man of the Year last year, who won it over IQ, who I thought IQ should have won it, but he's there. So you need somebody like that for that second unit, man. You truly do. But yeah, man, it was ugly win. Ugly win tonight. Ugly win. Coach, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. Salute to you. Happy Saturday, everybody, man. Hope everybody's watching the football games. Did you see that game earlier, man? CJ Stroud, man. He's looking good. Blowout. Watching the Chiefs now, man. It's freezing out there in the Chiefs. Freezing out there. Mahomes is trying to do his best, man. They out there freezing out there in Kansas City, man. So I'm watching that game as I'm talking to you guys. But yeah, NBIC, man, what's going on, man? Hope all is well with you. Appreciate you coming by this Saturday night, rocking with LV, man. But yeah, so we definitely need a backup, man. We definitely need a backup, and also too, guys. I wasn't really here to rock with you guys during the Dallas game. It's late, man. But do you see the difference? Do you see the difference when you see a superstar out there? You saw the difference. And listen, Brunson had a stinker. Randall was okay. But do you see Kyrie, man? You see that there's levels to this, man. And guys, say Kyrie's older than them dudes, man. He's 32 years old, man. There's levels to this. Levels, man. He's a superstar. And you see how our guys are just stars. And that is what the Knicks are missing. Kyrie, he knows how to get to his spots. It seemed like whatever shot he put up was going in. He was doing whatever he wanted. Those are the guys, man. There's only a handful of those guys in this league that are just unguardable. Unguardable, man. It doesn't matter what you do. When he wants to score, he's going to score. When he wants to get to his spot, he's going to get to his spot. They couldn't do nothing with Kyrie the other night. Nothing. And that is what the Knicks are missing. And I think that's what Leon's holding his chips for a guy like that. It was, you could see the difference, man. You could see the difference. You could see the difference because look, the Knicks came out, didn't play well. We understand that they came out shaky. That's what they lost the game with Dallas. We understand that, but that's because they got that guy over there. Even without Luka, they have him. It's him. That's his name, and you know what I'm talking about. He's got that bag, man. He's got the bag. He handles the ball like a yo-yo. He can shoot that pill. He does it all. We need that piece, man. We need that piece because you take Brunson away, man. You see this team it doesn't look good at all. It just doesn't. And Randall is Randall. We know how he is. He's emotionally like this when Brunson's not there. So you see the difference. It's nobody reeling these guys in and saying, okay, listen, let's stop turning the ball over. Let's settle ourselves down. Let's rotate the ball. Let's stop making crazy passes. Who's the guy saying to do it? Who's the guy doing that? Who is it? It's not Randall. And Deuce is just out there running around, man. He ain't even running anything. So what I'm saying is that you need somebody out there to settle the shit, man. And if Brunson ain't there, Namert says Miami looks terrible. Looks horrible, excuse me. NBIC, Deuce didn't have the opportunity to develop properly. NBIC, develop how, man? Develop how? Like, what do you, these guys in the NBA, man? Develop how? He's been to the G League, I don't know how many times. He practices with these guys. Develop how? When you get your opportunity in this league, you got to make the best of it. You're the point guard. You got to run the show. The offense should be running smooth. It shouldn't be running crazy, like all over the place. He doesn't know how to run off a pick and roll. He's doing a pick and roll. He's running into dudes. When people roll off of picks, he's not hitting the guy that open man like that. He's not doing that. He's got to develop his game. Him, not the coach. He's a professional now, man. Coach says this was a high-scoring game if this was the 90s. Yeah, absolutely, right? NBIC, this is on the coach. You can't just throw people into the system expecting them to perform. NBIC, listen. Here's where you're wrong, sir. I'm going to help you out on this, okay? You can throw them in the system. You know why, NBIC? Because they're practicing, man. That's why you practice. You practice so you can develop and learn how to run the offense in practice. He ain't just throwing them out there without no practice time. He knows who he is. He knows what he could do because he's doing well in practice. So this ain't something he's just saying here, run the show. He's seeing him run the show in practice. But if Deuce is not the guy to run the show, he's just the energy guy, like come off the bench and just shoot the rock, because that's all he seems like he could do. Grimes does the same thing. So you need a guy to take the ball out of his hands to run the show, to run a pick and roll, to run, their certain sets that they run. They're trying to run sets. Deuce doesn't know how to run the sets, man. That's just the truth. You're saying develop when? You're supposed to develop in practice. That's why you practice, to get better, to know exactly what you're running. Knicks shooting is too streaky. You know what it is, Nammer? It's not this too streaky, man. They turn the ball over too much, man. They had 14 turnovers in the first half. Randall had 4 of them. Like, that can't happen. Either hot or cold, no in between, right? Malachi was impressive today. No, he was. He was very impressive. I like the fact that he just came in and just was attacking. He's making right decisions with the pill, too. I like that. He's not overdoing it. I like what I saw. I like what I saw from him. Coach said the Knicks don't run pick and roll. You know what it is, Coach? At times they do. I know at times they don't set it up, but at times it looks like they do. But when a guy is rolling to the basket, at times the guy's open. Deuce is not making that pass because he's unsure to make that pass. And that's an issue. You know what I mean? So that's something that he's got to be able to do, man. Brunson and Randall never run pick and roll or pop. Yeah, they don't. They run. Coach, it's like they run a what is it called? Oh man, I forgot my terminology, man. It's been so long since I've been on the court. What's the drill, Coach? When you running up and you're handing it to each other, they're crossing like this, and you're handing it back and forth to each other. What is that called again? I forget, man. I haven't been on the court in a minute. What is it? Something to do? I hate when I forget things like this, man. But anyway, they run stuff like that, and whoever gets the pill at the top of the key, you just attack. It's a lot of one-on-one basketball. Taking advantage of your opportunities and your matchups. They run a lot of two-man basketball. They do that. They do that give-off drill to where they give off to the guy coming off the screen. Randall will hand it off to him, and then he'll roll off of that little screen that Randall does when he scoop passes it to him. And then whoever goes, it's a lot of one-on-one basketball, man. That's basically what it is. Yeah, cross screens for ISOs. There you go. So that's really what it is. It's not really anything like pick and roll or pop or nothing like that. It's just a lot of ISO ball, man, with those two guys. So they try to hide it like as if it's an offense. It's really not. It's really ISO stuff. A lot of ISO. And Brunson's really good at it. You know what I mean? He's really good. That's really going into his strengths. You got to get the ball out of Randall's hands. Like when you got to get him in his spots and let him attack. Earl Gross, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. Appreciate you coming by rocking with LV tonight. Randall's got to get to his spots and attack. He can't be thinking too much and trying to overpass. You see him, man. He goes back to being old Randall. We settled down and took the ball out of Randall's hands. Deuce and Flynn played well. Yeah, Earl. Yeah, they did. It's solid, man. It's solid plays. I liked how Flynn looked because Flynn hasn't played. You know what I mean? So for him to come out in his first real game getting solid minutes, I thought he played well. I think that Tibbs is letting it be known who his guys are, right? So he obviously loves Deuce. He's really trying to give Deuce a good opportunity here to really, really. He really likes Deuce, obviously. He likes the hard work that Deuce puts in. Obviously, Deuce is a really good practice player. So he's really trying to give him opportunities to really shine here. I don't think Deuce is it. You know what I mean? He's a good energy guy, come off the bench, but I don't think he's just not that guy, man. You know, I've said it like 8,000 times on the show, but I just don't think he's that guy. NBIC says practice and being live is different. Deuce doesn't know if he's playing 20 minutes or 10. That's on the coach. Brunson came here and stopped everything. I told you IQ should have been the one. No, man. Listen, it doesn't matter if you're getting 20 or 10 minutes. It doesn't matter. You make the best of the minutes that you have. This is the league, man. This is what it is. This has nothing to do with anything else. This ain't high school basketball or college, NBIC. When you get in there, you got to do what you're supposed to do. You got to identify your role, and that's it. Once that's your role, it's only one basketball. We understand who the league is. We understand who's making the big bucks. The dudes that are making the big bucks are going to have the rock in their hand majority of the time. Period. That's the league. So when you get your opportunities, you find out where you fit in. You make the best of that. That's it. So he's got to be ready to go whether he's playing 10 or 20 minutes. He's a pro, man. That's just what it is. These guys, listen, these coaches know who's who. They know guys' skill sets. You know what I mean? I trust that they're not just sitting out there saying, okay, he's my favorite guy, so I'm going to push the issue with him. No. Gravity says, I thought Deuce played well tonight. Gravity, you know what it is? He was solid, but Gravity, he doesn't know how to run an offense, man. He doesn't. Because, all right, look, check it out. Here's the thing, right? When you're in certain aspects of the game and you see the game's kind of getting out of hand and you see like people are turning the ball over, that's when you got to take the ball. Coach knows this, right? You take the ball and you tell everybody, calm down. Calm down. Let's slow things down here and run our set. because I see we're kind of getting out of hand here. Relax. And you'll slow down the pace. That's what you would do. Deuce wasn't doing it. He'd get the ball, he'd just go. That's what I mean by when I say that. So that's how I know. And coach's point, I just read his point. He said Deuce can be the shooting guard, the defense point guards. You can get a big point guard that can, right, exactly. So coach is saying exactly what I'm saying. So that's what Deuce could be. But he can't be the guy running the show. He doesn't have the discipline to do that. He just doesn't. Or the whereabouts, I don't know. But I'm just saying, you could see. Because when the team started getting kind of like out of hand, you could tell Deuce was struggling to kind of settle things down. Big task at hand. It's my first time seeing you come through, man. I appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live and my crew. If it's your first time here, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. I appreciate you coming by. Big task at hand. Thank you, sir. Knicks cannot play down to the competition, but happy we got the win. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And that's what it felt like today. That's what it felt like today. Earl says Flynn looks, yeah, listen, Flynn looks solid, man. Flynn was very impressive tonight. He definitely was. He definitely was. I like what Flynn did tonight. Remember, guys, he hasn't played probably since he left Toronto. His first action. And I thought Flynn did pretty good tonight. NBIC, not every player can do that, especially in this system. IQ went from 2.5 assists to 6. How is that? And yes, Tibbs does play favorites no matter what. You didn't see Randall and Burke. Listen, every coach has his favorites, right? I understand that. But what I'm saying is you got to take advantage of your opportunities. Deuce is getting a big opportunity here. So he's got to show the coach that he knows how to run the second unit. He knows how to run the show. The one thing with IQ, what made IQ great, was that even though we knew IQ would score, he would still run the offense. The offense isn't like it's being run with Deuce out there. It doesn't. So when Brunson went down last year, the team didn't skip a beat because of IQ. And that's what made IQ really rise to getting the notification for notoriety. I can't even say it. It's late. I'm trying. I got tongue tied. He was getting recognized. Let's say it like that, as 6th man of the year candidate because of how he played while Brunson was down, and then of course that big game that he had against Boston, that double overtime win, right? So, but he was running the offense, right? So that's what I'm saying. So I think that's where Deuce is having his issues at. And you got to take advantage of your opportunities, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, you could. Hey, I'll be honest with you. I think Deuce is one of Tibbs' favorites. If that's the case, he wouldn't even play him, just like he doesn't play Fourier. He would play Flynn, but he doesn't. Deuce is getting a lot of opportunities here, man, to really show what he could do. So as much as we want to try to blame Tibbs, NBIC, this ain't Tibbs. This is a Deuce thing. He's got to get back in that gym and learn the offense and run it to where you know how to settle things down when you're recognizing that guys are turning the ball over. When guys start turning the ball over, what do, coach? They say, give it to the point guard. You got to go get the ball out of Randall's hands, man. You got to, because if not, he'll turn it over 10 times and keep on looking at the ref. It's just the truth. And so as the point guard, you got to get the ball out of his hands. You got to get the ball and you got to settle the team down and you got to run the offense. You got to pay attention to the clock. We were up by 10 and Deuce is chucking threes. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man? Take the ball back at the top of the key and settle down. Run the offense. We don't need to be chucking threes, man. Set up a play. Period. Big Task at Hand says yes. Flynn did not see the court in the second half. Yeah, he didn't see because once again, right? Big Task at Hand, like I stated. NBIC stated this too. He said Tibbs has favorites. Yeah, Deuce is one of his favorites. So how is that Flynn played well the way he did and he didn't get back on the court? He didn't get back on the court because Tibbs wanted Grimes out. I mean, not Grimes. He wanted Deuce out there because that's one of his boys. And to me, Deuce ain't much better than Flynn. I've seen Flynn play. I've seen him when he was with Toronto. He played against the Knicks. He actually put up decent numbers. He got a lot of minutes when he was over there with Toronto. Hey, guys, I'm just saying. NBSC IQ had growing pains and Tibbs stood with him. And that's why I said that he should have been running the one. Deuce never got the opportunity. She kept being shipped to the G League with limited minutes. Hey, listen, man, look. When you get your opportunities, you make the best of it. Period. That's this league, man. I'm sorry. Don't blame me. Blame the way things are running in the NBA. But that's how it is in this league. And Deuce has his chance now. He does. Now, similar to what Coach said, I like Deuce scoring the ball. He's doing really well shooting the pill. I like his aggressiveness. But you're going to need a legit guy that runs the show next to him. Deuce ain't that. So if you bring in a Brogdon, if you bring in a Tyus Jones, guys that know how to settle things down and run the offense, Deuce can run off of that. Period. And I think that will help Deuce. And Deuce can defend. Baseline to baseline. He'll be in your grill like a pit bull. We know that's how Deuce is. But as far as running the show, settling things down, getting the ball out of Randall's hands, that's not who Deuce is. That's not who Deuce is. So come on, guys. Let's take a look at the stat line, right? So, okay, we talked about Randall. So Randall played 36 minutes, right? 9 for 21 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3, 5 for 6 from the line. He had 11 boards and 24 points, but 6 big turnovers from Randall, right? Which was OG Anunoby was decent tonight, right? Yeah, he also struggled with turnovers, but he was 7 for 15, 1 for 4 from 3, 3 for 4 from the line, 5 boards. But OG had 18 points, man. He was solid. I liked how he was going to the basket as well. Iheart played 42 minutes. He basically played the whole game. 5 for 6 from the field, 2 for 4 from free throws, 20 rebounds, 13 defensive, 7 offensive, and 12 points. Iheart just keeps on putting up big numbers. And 2 assists, 2 steals, and 4 blocks for Iheart. Was a monster in that bar. There was nobody that could check him tonight. Iheart was Iheart. Deuce, 38 minutes, 7 for 10, 4 for 7 from 3, 1 for 2 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and 19 points for the Deuce is loose. To me, the guy who I think should be getting a lot more minutes is DiVincenzo, right? He had 33 minutes tonight, 4 for 14 from the field, 3 for 11 from 3, 2 for 3 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals for the flamethrower, and 13 points. Flynn, like everyone talked about, he played 10 minutes, 4 for 5 from the field goals, 1 for 2 from 3, 3 assists, 1 rebound, 9 points. Josh Hart was Josh Hart tonight, right, guys? 29 minutes, 3 for 7 from field goals, 2 for 4 from 3, 7 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, 8 points. Grimes, 15 minutes, 1 for 5, 1 for 4, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and only 3 points. Yeah, sloppy win tonight. Sloppy win. Coach says that guy that we need to get is Murray. Or maybe DeJounte Murray. Everybody wants DeJounte Murray. He's pretty expensive, man. He's pretty expensive. And I think that's why the Knicks are holding back from really pushing that issue. I think they're in talks. I think they are, but I think he's pretty pricey, man. NBC, Deuce is a good player. We just have to ride with him. You can't throw him in there. Why do you see all these players about to coach 10 in 4 years? That's insane. Complaining. Who won this team didn't have growing pains? Iheart, Mitch, IQ, Randall, Hart. They all struggle in the beginning. NBICO is making great points, but here's where you're wrong. This is not the beginning for Deuce, man. Deuce didn't just come here yesterday. He's been here. He's had his opportunities. This ain't the first time. Deuce has been here a minute now, man. So you got to kind of really take advantage of the opportunities, man. That's the league. And he's given great opportunities right now. He got 3 years, $13 million. Tibbs obviously believes in him. He's got him starting and make like Big Task at hand stated. Did he even come out in the second half? I think he played the whole second half. He might have came up maybe once. He did not put Flynn back in. He wanted Deuce running the show. He's using his guys. And Deuce is one of his guys. All I'm saying, Deuce is good, put up great numbers tonight, yes, but he does not run the offense. And the offense was not being run tonight. It wasn't. MBSC says, yes, Murray can run this team and have Brunson play his natural position of the two. Not going to happen. You know what's crazy? I like DeJounte Murray. I really do. I really, really do. I just think that he's expensive, man. And I don't know if the Knicks want to pay that. That's the thing with him. It's not that he's not going to be a good fit for the Knicks. I think he is, but he's not who the Knicks want. If the Knicks are going to pay, and they're going to pay big, I think they're going to go. They want to go who they want to go for. Okay, so let's go over, guys. Let's make this transition here, man. Let's make this transition over to the schedule here, man. Take a look at this here, guys. Listen, last couple of weeks, last 6 games, we went 5-1. We should have won that game out there in Dallas, but we understood what happened, right? Kyrie was Kyrie, right? So we won tonight. We got the Magic Monday night. What say you? Do we win that? We got the Rockets coming up. Do we win that? We got Washington coming up. Do we win that? And then we got the homecoming for R.J. Broadway Barrett and our boy IQ that's going to be skipping, doing a skip to my Lou, back in the Garden. Both of them boys starting for Toronto. Homecoming for those two. And then we got the Nets in Brooklyn, but that's basically a home game for us. So, what say you guys? What will be our record, man? 6-0? 6-0. Do we beat the rest of these teams on this schedule? Next 14 and 16 games, the Knicks are going to be home, man. So we got to make the most of the opportunity here and really kind of solidify our spot in the standings. And I think that this is a time that we can start doing that. Start making that push. I believe Brunson will be back Monday. They said it was a calf, said it was day-to-day, so I believe he will be back Monday. And then he'll be back to finish out strong to where we can start getting these wins and just stacking victories, stacking wins to where we can solidify our spot. I think we should probably wind up getting maybe the 3rd or 4th seed. The lowest, I think, would be the 5th seed. But we got to start stacking victories. But even though it was nasty, even though it was sloppy tonight, great win by the Knicks on the road. Now we can get back home, get some home cooking, and really start sealing the deal, man. Starting to seal our spot in the playoffs, because I think once we get one of those 3 or 4 seeds, because that's how I think we're going to be. I think we're going to make some noise this year in the playoffs, but we need Brunson back. All right, but listen, I'm out of here. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. All right, I appreciate you guys coming by, rocking with your boy tonight on a Saturday, man. I appreciate you guys. I'll be back Monday to talk this Orlando Magic, man, so we can get a win back in the Garden, right? All right, so I'm LV Live. That's my show. If you're watching this on playback, please leave some comments. And also, too, if it's your first time here, please subscribe. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people.